If the internet is supposed to be wireless, floating in a cloud, why can a single cut cable on the ocean floor slow down half a continent? Because the internet isn't a cloud at all. It's a physical machine, and its most important parts are lying quietly beneath the sea. Almost all international data travels as pulses of light through hair-thin glass fibers stretched across oceans. Your video calls, bank transfers, cloud backups, and late-night streaming all depend on them. Satellites exist, but they are slow and limited. The real internet doesn't live in the sky. It lives underwater. The global nervous system beneath the sea. Today, the world is wrapped in a dense web of submarine cables. There are hundreds of active and planned cable systems, and well over 1,000 landing points where those cables come ashore. Together, they form a global nervous system connecting continents in real time. This network did not appear overnight. The first undersea cables carried telegraph signals in the 19th century. Modern fiber optic systems, however, are orders of magnitude more powerful. A single modern cable can carry terabits of data per second, enough to stream millions of high-definition videos simultaneously. When people say the internet is fast, what they really mean is that light is racing through glass at near relativistic speed under thousands of meters of water. What makes this system remarkable is not just its capacity, but its invisibility. Most people never see a cable landing station. They look like ordinary industrial buildings near coastlines. Yet these unassuming sites are some of the most strategically important locations on Earth. What an undersea cable really looks like. Despite their importance, undersea cables are surprisingly thin. In deep water, a cable may be only a few centimeters thick. Inside are optical fibers thinner than a human hair, surrounded by layers of steel, copper, insulation, and protective sheathing. Along long ocean routes, the signal weakens. To solve this, engineers place optical repeaters along the cable, usually every 50 to 100 kilometers. These devices amplify the light signal so it can cross entire oceans without stopping. They sit silently on the seabed, powered through the cable itself, doing their job for decades without human attention. Near coastlines, cables are buried beneath the seabed for protection. In deep ocean waters, they usually rest directly on the seafloor. The logic is simple. In shallow waters, ships, anchors, and fishing gear are everywhere. In the deep ocean, there is very little to hit the cable by accident, where the internet touches land. Cable landing points are where global connectivity becomes local reality. From these sites, data flows into terrestrial fiber networks, data centers, and cloud infrastructure. A country's number of landing points and their diversity of routes can strongly influence its internet resilience. This is why cable routes matter so much. If a region relies on only one or two international cables, a single break can cause major disruption. Islands and geographically isolated countries are especially vulnerable. When redundancy is low, the internet suddenly stops feeling abstract and starts feeling very physical. These landing points are also where geopolitics enters the picture. Governments care deeply about who owns the cable, who built it, where it lands, and who controls the data flowing through it. Undersea cables are not just technology, they are infrastructure, commerce, and national security rolled into one. Who owns the internet's arteries? For decades, submarine cables were built and owned mainly by telecom companies working in international consortia. This model still exists, but something has changed. Big technology companies now play a major role. Cloud providers and internet platforms invest directly in submarine cables to move their data more efficiently and with less dependence on third parties. This gives them lower latency, more control, and greater resilience. It also reshapes global internet geography, as routes increasingly reflect where data centers and cloud hubs are located. At the same time, governments have become more cautious. Concerns about surveillance, sabotage, and dependency have led to increased scrutiny of cable projects, especially when they involve rival states or sensitive regions. The result is a quiet but intense competition beneath the waves. What actually breaks the internet? The most surprising thing about undersea cable failures is how ordinary the causes usually are. Most breaks are not the result of espionage, sabotage, or dramatic underwater disasters. They are caused by fishing and anchoring. Ships drop anchors. Fishing trawlers drag heavy equipment along the seabed. When this happens near cable routes, damage is almost inevitable. Globally, there are well over 100 cable faults every year. Repairs happen constantly, quietly, and routinely. Natural hazards also play a role. Earthquakes can trigger underwater landslides that snap multiple cables at once. Storms can expose cables near shore. Volcanic activity has, in rare cases, isolated entire nations. But the day-to-day reality is that the internet's biggest enemy is human routine, intersecting with fragile infrastructure. Repairing a cable is not a quick fix. When a cable breaks, repair is a slow and highly specialized process. Engineers first locate the fault using optical testing from shore. Then, a cable repair ship travels to the site, which may be thousands of kilometers away. The ship lowers grappling equipment to the seabed, lifts the damaged cable section, cuts it, splices in a new segment, tests the signal, and carefully lowers the cable back into place. Weather, depth, permits, and regional security conditions all affect how long this takes. On average, repairs can take weeks. During that time, traffic is rerouted through other cables. If enough redundancy exists, users may not notice much. If not, delays, outages, and degraded service become very visible very quickly. Why the internet usually keeps working. Given how often cables break, the real mystery is not why outages happen, but why they are usually limited. The answer is redundancy and intelligent routing. The global internet was designed with failure in mind. Data can take multiple paths. Traffic is constantly adjusted based on congestion and availability. When one cable goes down, others pick up the load. This does not make the system invincible, but it makes it resilient. Problems arise when multiple cables in the same region fail at once, or when a region depends on a narrow corridor of routes. Events in places like the Red Sea have shown how vulnerable certain choke points can be, especially when repairs are delayed by conflict or security concerns. A new role for old cables. One of the most interesting developments in recent years is the idea of using undersea cables as scientific instruments. Researchers are exploring smart cables equipped with sensors to detect earthquakes, tsunamis, and changes in ocean conditions. Because cables already span vast areas of the ocean, they offer a unique opportunity to improve early warning systems without building entirely new infrastructure. In the future, the same cable that carries your video call could also help save lives by detecting seismic activity minutes earlier than existing systems. The invisible backbone of the modern world. Undersea internet cables are one of humanity's greatest hidden achievements. They are not glamorous. They do not sit in your pocket or light up your screen. Yet they quietly enable global finance, communication, research, entertainment, and governance. They break often. They get repaired slowly. They are vulnerable in very human ways. And still, they work so well that most people never think about them at all. The next time your connection feels instant, remember that it may have traveled halfway around the planet through glass threads resting in complete darkness on the ocean floor. The internet is not floating above us. It is lying beneath us, holding the modern world together, one silent cable at a time. And the next time your screen loads instantly, remember what made it possible. Silent cables stretching across the ocean floor, holding the digital world together. If you enjoy uncovering the hidden systems that quietly run our world, like and subscribe.